The following is an exclusive original presentation of the 252 ESPN Radio Network.
The drive starts right now.
Starts right now.
Just living the dream.
Here's a guy who gets paid to talk.
Are you ready for the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment?
No, he didn't. I'm doing a radio show, so what? The most anticipated radio show ever.
One, two, three.
Well, we're here on this Wednesday for the drive. Got a great show for you. Let me first say hello. I'm Mark Penicelli. Sam Abeles with me as always.
Yes. Present.
We're going to talk some NBA since we probably didn't do enough of it yesterday. Jordan Honeycutt, Sun Journal sports writer, will join us today. And Michael Norwood in studio, our resident basketball insider. I think he's going to stay for an extended period. Jordan Honeycutt, though, is going to be here soon in this first hour. So we do want to welcome everybody here. And before I go to promoing any today, and I will be telling you guys that there's some baseball on tonight, before we forget to do this, Sam, we should share with everybody our analogy of what
the
baseball
conversation
is.
we had this morning.
Because, and I don't know that I currently have this guy in my life, but from time to time people run into maybe a neighbor or a friend that is sometimes really cool to hang around with. And I kind of akin it to like your old drinking buddy, like an old friend but he's there constantly. And once you start hanging out with him, it's like, okay, man, you got to stop. Like, I got other things to do, right? I got other things to do. And as a sports fan, you and I have talked about this multiple times. Like, I love baseball. I love the game of baseball. I love the stars of baseball.
Baseball's a nice guy.
Yes, I love baseball. But it's kind of, there's too much of it.
Yeah.
You can't, 162 games is a lot of games. I mean, when you're used to football and we're structured people, like my friend Football, he comes over on the weekends and we have a good time, but he knows I got to work during the week, right?
He'll give you 2 nights a week. Tuesdays and Wednesdays you can have.
But he's a more reasonable drinking buddy. Football.
Right. Well, you actually enjoy the company and the presence of football. Football is like, okay, like we can just relax and hang out and kind of do our own thing and really get along. Baseball is the overbearing guy who is like, every single day, I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to be here at 10:45 at night, and you're not going to stop seeing me for 162 games.
And I was telling you, that's sometimes the timing of it. It's constant. And it's always there. And then as you were saying, but if I'm going to follow it, it means all of a sudden 1 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon while I'm at work trying to make a living, baseball wants to have a game.
Right.
Or you're tired. You've been, hey, I got a 10:15 start in San Fran tonight. Terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible. And I was telling you, it's like, so imagine he's a neighbor. And as I would say, a good guy. And let's say he goes somewhere for the winter every year. So you don't even see him for a couple of months out of the year. You're always excited to see him come back. Because as I said,
hey, Dave's back.
Sometimes it's a lot of fun to hang out with you, and it's cool, and it's all that. It's funny because we were talking about. So when he comes back, you hang out with him almost like the whole month, right? The whole first month he's back.
Man, I miss you so much. You're so cool.
Man. But you were talking about, he wears on. He starts telling you the same stories. You know when that guy has enough to drink, and he's
Shut
like,
up, Vince Scully.
and he starts telling you the same story, and he's like, yeah, that one time, and you're like, God, I've heard this. I can't. I just can't. Plus, I got other things I need to do.
It's hot
I
outside,
really got to do
man.
these other things.
Why are the pitchers taking so long to throw the next pitch?
Why can't they wear shorts? It is so hot outside. So,
The annoying neighbor, the overbearing neighbor, but you made the point earlier where twice a year,
yeah,
he throws a party that is better than all parties
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
neighbor.
yeah.
You know, it's come All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend.
It's come October. Okay, it's come MLB playoffs.
Oh yeah. You don't want to miss that.
You love that neighbor.
Oh, and it's a great party. I mean, it's like legendary. It's the what's from Step Brothers, the mixer,
The Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's that. It's
Freaking
that
Catalina wine mixer.
And you know what? And as I said, you and I are at this point kind of like that. Like, okay, guy, baseball. You're wearing on me a little bit,
Right.
but he's going to lure us back in, as you were talking about, in just a couple of weeks. He's going to be like, hey, guess my friends, all of my awesome friends are here with me. He brings that all-star cast. You know, it's like, okay, I can't miss that. And it's always in some different city. So, I mean, again, he reels you back in, and you're glad to have it for All-Star Weekend. But, yes, ultimately, it's the 162 games. It's too much. It's like, come on, man. I love you, baseball. I absolutely love you. But
Did something just fall off the wall?
I think something did. Was it something from baseball?
Oh, it's the sign. Our signage is literally falling off the wall of the studio in here as we speak. That's good. Let's not let
What a
Carolina
great
see that.
way to start the show today. We didn't have a great opener, and I was like, man, we should just do this baseball bit we've been working on.
The video cameras are literally like freezing all up to.
So at least on the video cameras, the sign hasn't fallen yet.
It is in the process of falling. It is a freeze
Oh wait,
frame.
it is now.
Oh, now it's
if you're
falling.
watching on video, it's now fallen. It's now.
I'm just gonna leave it there for a few minutes. It's Wednesday. We're just gonna ease into things. It is gonna be a great show. And when's the last time that you have actually watched a baseball game? You're just making things worse.
I did. I shouldn't have turned. I shouldn't have turned.
You just ripped
whole
it the rest
studio
of
was
the way
falling.
off the
The
wall.
whole studio is falling apart right now.
Maybe we should invest in a better way to hang. Because you know what's really overrated and what people use constantly, and we have about 200 of them plastered to the wall behind us. But one of the most useless things in the world is a push pin. A push pin is relied on so much, but it is such an unreliable thing. It is push pins and command strips. You know what command strips are?
Complete waste of money.
Yes, a complete waste of money. So if you're not familiar with command strips are basically like a sticker that you can use to hang up a picture frame or whatever it is against a wall without having to necessarily... Dude, you're going to need my help for that. But so the command strip, it's basically it's a sticker. If you don't want to put a nail in your wall or anything like that, if you're going about hanging something up, you get a command strip. They're made by that handy dandy little company 3M, who has a complete monopoly on office supplies. That's neither here nor there. But command strips, let me tell you, at Rachel's apartment, she has these curtains hung up, and
Rachel, your girlfriend.
Rachel, my girlfriend, yes. She has curtains. And
Right.
you have to have like something to place the curtain rod on, blah, blah, blah. She's renting her place, so not really in a position where I can like install curtain rod holders into the wall because the landlord will throw a fit.
Right.
So what we decided to do was, well, let's just get some of these stupid little command strips. Of course, my mother's like, get some command strips. They're perfect for that kind of thing. No, they're not perfect for that kind of thing. I probably hung and rehung those stupid blinds like 17 times over the weekend. And it's not, look, it's starting to pull a paint off the wall, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to just drill holes in the wall, and then I'll plaster it up if the landlord ever says anything. But command strips, push pins are useless. America needs to find a better way to stick stuff to walls.
Well, I think if the market's shown you anything, it's shown you that if you have a way, if you find that way, they will market it.
Yep.
And they will sell it, and people will buy it.
I'm going to do it. I don't have the idea yet. Because, look, we even use those, well, people can't see out in the lobby, but we have all these pennants, football team pennants,
Yes.
baseball team pennants, and they are stuck up with this blue glue. It's like a clay
Do you have one
roll
that can
into your
show
hand.
that? No, you don't have. I was going to say that Pirate Nation flag.
It's stuck up with some of that.
Stuck up with some of that.
It basically looks
Yeah.
like gum. It essentially looks like chewed gum that you use to stick stuff to the wall. And it also is not effective. I mean, we're picking stuff up off the floor all the time that falls down. So if somebody has a product that actually works, can you let us know? Because I'm not
Yes.
above super gluing crap to the wall either. Like, I'll do that if I have to.
I just hope this video doesn't make the light of day. Like, can we just not show the video to the world?
No, it's going up.
Man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be the one that everybody sees.
Right.
They'll be like, look at these idiots. Bad analogy.
Studio falls apart.
Bad analogy
That
leads
is
to
a good
set.
analogy.
I think it was a good analogy, too.
Now, the baseball purists, similar to hockey purists, which we're going to get into a little bit later today because of Mr. Chris Long and what he had to say on Twitter last night.
But baseball
They get
purist is
offended.
church friend. And I'm going to say that because church friend will tell you, that's a true friend. He's trying to be there for you every day. Like if I was going to do church lady would say, you shouldn't be like that to baseball. He's there for you every day. He never asked you what you're doing. Hey, I'm here every day, ready for you. But you want to be that way to him. That's baseball purist. But I'm sorry, baseball purist, and I'm sorry, church lady. I can't take but so much of baseball. And listen, again, you're mad at me for watching 3 baseball games a week. I don't think that makes me a bad person. That's
You
more,
watch 3 baseball games a week?
yeah, on average.
Good for
On
you,
average.
man.
You know, but my thought is, okay, interesting that you say that, because my response back to baseball purists who's mad that I want to take 4 games a week out of the schedule and only do weekend games. How many games are you watching a week? Full
like-
games.
Baseball tonight?
So to me, the average fan isn't watching a lot of baseball.
But okay, but that's a good snapshot of baseball and like what baseball is today, because I know you're not like a diehard baseball guy or anything, but you
No, I watch Nationals games and Phillies games.
right. So, but what do we always hear about baseball? The problem is they have a hard time reaching out to millennials, and I unfortunately get lumped into the millennial crowd because I'm 24 years old. Man, I've got ADD, and everybody my age or close to me has ADD, and baseball is too long. I can't pay attention to it and sit down and patiently watch the whole entire game. If I'm there, it's different, but sitting on my couch where I can flip the TV up a channel and see something else, or I can pick my phone up and pay attention to something else, that's why I like the baseball tonight aspect, where it's like, hey, here's a live cut-in, here's a triple, here's a stolen base, now over to this game. Now here's some in-studio analysis. So I think it might be an age thing, but no, I haven't watched a complete baseball game since, I watched a decent amount of Sunday night game, but that's just because the Cubs were playing. But other than that, no.
Well, it's been an interesting start to the show. We had a great baseball analogy, only to be interrupted by things falling off the wall, and it was great because we got a warning. You could hear the pins were bing, ding, 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 and then the whole thing fell. So
we'll fix it.
We're gonna fix it during the break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk to Jordan Honeycutt, Sun Journal sports writer. We'll talk to him about the NBA, and would you consider him a baseball purist?
Yes.
Church lady?
Yes.
Let's ask him, why can't we only get 3? Because I think 3 games a week would make you watch baseball more during this time of year.
And give me like 60 games a year.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back.